Okay, good morning, everyone. First, let me start by thanking Police Chief Gary for his hospitality of being here at the Endicott Police Department. We're also joined by Mayor Bertoni from Endicott. We're joined by Lieutenant Chris Strino from the Vestal Police Department, who is representing Chief John Butler, as well as Supervisor Schaefer, amongst many of other members of law enforcement. I want to just pay particular note to the fact that we have announced in recent months a series of public protection grants for both the fire departments and police departments throughout Senate District 52. It gives me great pleasure this morning, of course, to be surrounded by the men who wear the uniform voluntarily and who protect our community. When I was the undersheriff in Broome County, one of my main focuses, albeit a very short period of time, was improving relationships between law enforcement and the community, and ensuring that we were as transparent as we could possibly be. And I know that the people standing here with me today believe in that as well. They believe that transparency is incredibly important, and they believe that the only way that they can effectively police is if they have good relationships between the community and the agencies that they represent. So today we are announcing really what was the culmination of a couple of public protection grants, one in the amount of $50,000 for the Endicott Police Department. The second was a $40,000 grant for the Vestal Police Department, in which they bought body cameras. So this is not the first body camera program that we have financed through the state Senate. This is one of, or two, excuse me, of several that we have financed. I think it's important to note that I don't go to the police departments and say, here is money and this is what you should buy. Like everything we do, we take a bottom-up approach. So when I went to Chief Butler and Chief Gary and said that we had funds available, what is it that you want to do? They were both very quick to say, we want to implement a body camera program. The equipment is very expensive, can you help us? And we were able to do that. So I won't stand here and pontificate this morning. It's important that you hear from both the chief and the lieutenant this morning to talk a little bit more about their program. And then I'll ask both Mayor Bertoni and Supervisor Schaefer to offer some remarks as well. Chief Garrett?
Thank you very much. First off, I just want to thank Senator Akshar. He's a great supporter of law enforcement, and law enforcement agencies in the 52nd District are very lucky to have him as our senator. He understands what we need from a law enforcement perspective. He goes to bat for us in any way he can, and he's just a great supporter. Endicott police officers are true professionals who go out and do their job on a daily basis and do a great job. The body camera program for us is it's twofold. It's going to help protect officers out there in terms of things like reviewing camera footage for officer safety issues, things like that, things that we can improve ourselves on, as well as our interaction with the public. And overall, it improves our transparency, and it'll help the public in that it just makes the Endicott Police Department that much more transparent, open for review, for self-review, in a way that we can audit ourselves and just make sure that we're doing our job right, but at the same time, make sure we're protecting our officers, both from an officer safety perspective, as well as any false or unfair accusations against us. So once again, I want to thank the Senator, and I appreciate everything he does for us.
Thank you, Chief. Lieutenant?
Thank you, Senator. As Chief Gary said, I want to, on behalf of Chief Butler, the Vestal Police Department, I want to give our gratitude to the Senator for this opportunity to help fund this program. It's a much needed, much desired program in law enforcement, and it is an expensive program. It's hard for municipalities, small towns, to come up with the funds. So this is a great opportunity for us to equip our officers with this this program, with these cameras. Chief Gary has pretty much touched on all the things that I wanted to say. So it's a multifaceted program having these cameras. It's going to enhance officer safety. It's going to enhance public trust with the transparency that has already been mentioned. It's also going to make better criminal cases, and it's also going to be used internally for training purposes. It's going to make us better police officers. It's going to make us better servants to the community that we live in and work in. So we're real appreciative of this. It's very unlikely that we could equip our entire department with this equipment if it weren't for a program like this. So again, very appreciative, and thank you very much. Thank you, Senator. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Lieutenant. Mayor?
Well, first of all, Senator Axer has been a proponent of helping villages, and his understanding of the law enforcement issue is certainly, without question, commendable beyond words. We want to thank him. We want to thank him and his correspondence and communication with our chief, my office, and letting the residents know that this is another step forward to improving safety in Endicott, and certainly working with other municipalities to get to the bottom of crime. So thank you, Senator, and do you have anything left? We'll take it.
Supervisor? Thanks. Oh, you mean money? Supervisor?
Senator, Town of Vestal sends her gratitude and thanks. We could have done this without you. Chief Butler come to me and asked where can we come up with the money. We looked up on the wall, I got a picture of myself and the senator up there, and I said, there's your guy. So we went after the senator, and Senator come through again, which was outstanding. And I can't say enough about law enforcement and what our guys do, what Endicott does, and the interaction we have between the two communities and the senator. We're lucky to have a guy like that helping everybody out. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, Supervisor. Appreciate it. So let me end on this. Just to the men and women who wear the uniform every day, I say thank you. Thank you for putting your life on the line. Thank you for volunteering for a job in which people don't say thank you enough. So on behalf of the people that I represent, the nearly 315,000 people throughout Senate District 52, I thank you for your willingness to Chief and Lieutenant, Supervisor, Mayor.